Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm Backy, and today, as you could probably read from the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be doing a redraw challenge. I have been doing this challenge for technically 5 years, although I've been, on and off. I'll explain in detail later, but I'm really glad that I was able to do it this year and not put it off like I've done for the, past 2-ish years. So let's get on to the video. So I have done this challenge, like I said before, about 5-ish times. Fun fact, in June of 2020, I learned about the redraw challenge, and instead of redrawing an old artwork from yay past, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make an artwork right now. And this specific artwork will be the one that I redraw every year. So instead of doing the challenge that year, I was setting myself up to do it the next year, which is fine. It was just a weird way for younger me to accomplish their goal. In March of 2021, I have this redraw, which, was my goal for the previous year. And you see a lot of improvement. I did a bit more shading this time around. Line art is definitely better, I will say that. And overall, I don't have the hands hiding anymore. The outfit still doesn't make a lot of sense, but at least the hat is slightly better. At least it isn't a black void in which, all souls get lost and never return from. And here we mark the start of my sparkle obsession. I mean, you see it in, the first one with the eyes, but here, it's truly everywhere. And also, notable difference, the first one I did in Ibis Paint on my phone. The second one I did when I got my tablet on Procreate, which was, it's nice. And this is the only existing evidence that these artworks ever existed, because Ibis Paint got deleted on my phone when I got my tablet. And, currently didn't think about, preserving anything of my past. And in Procreate, I was having storage issues. And I had the bright idea to be like, what if I just screenshot all my drawings and then have them in my photos and then delete them on Procreate? But I didn't check if those screenshots actually took before I deleted a bunch of artwork off of Procreate to make up space. So only half of those artworks are saved, and that didn't include this. I found this on my Instagram, and it is the only living proof that I did this back in 2020. Our next one was done in 2023. We still keep the same motifs. Short-haired orange witch with, a witchy hat. We had a lot of gold accents this time. Her outfit changes into something a bit more witchy. We have unfortunately lost the purple accents in this piece. Sparkles are everywhere this time. The potion bottle remains as a tiny little vial. Vial. And there's a cap this time. There's a little kitty witty, and it has piercings and a ring. I fear. But, of course, the witch also has piercings now. Her hat has piercings, which I think is a little cool. I still think it's pretty cool. She has a little fancy magic circle. Although at the time, I wanted it to look like fairy tale magic circles, or something more akin to Frierin's magic circles. Too bad. I didn't know how to draw that. References? I don't do those. Wait, did I say 2023? I meant 2022. In 2023, this is the drawing I did. Unfinished, and you can see the reference for the previous year up top. As you can see, I never finished this. The outfit gets a revamp. Little fancy star with the slit on the side. That's nice. There's a cauldron. The vial is still here. Oh, there's evidence of piercings on the hat. There's no evidence of piercings on the witch. Her book has survived this iteration. Cat's there, although with a more mischievous look on his face. And no piercings this time as well. It's kind of weird to see how my style progresses. I've always been a bit of the artist who doesn't really outstretch their characters, just kind of clumps them up into little chibi forms. But I think I've gotten better in the years of, like, making more realistic proportions. Now, you must understand, there was one for 2024, but it never got finished. And I don't know if the file got deleted or something. I'm going to scourge through my entire Clip Studio files to just try and find this artwork, because I know it exists, and I know 2024 me attempted this. I just was a little stupid and never finished it. But this is the year. This is the year where I'm back in business, baby, and I finish it. Now, for this redraw, I originally sketched out some base ideas in my sketchbook, and for my first draft, I take that sketch and I try to line art it in Clip Studio Paint, but then I come to the realization, I don't really like the pose, and the proportions are a little too squished, so I redraw it again. I think I redraw it like 3 different times within like 3 different poses and perspectives, but I end up originally sticking with this more simple one to just show off the character better. I stuck around with a more spidery theme since I thought it'd fit her, and it would, flesh her out a bit better. I gotta stop calling her her. Maybe I should make up a name. I'll make up a name at the end. But back on topic, I added more spider memorabilia, if that's the correct word. Her book survives this iteration, but the vial, the original potion, doesn't. It is instead replaced by a little kitty cat toy. And as you can see, the cat has no piercings, and it just has a metal clasp around its tail this time. We still like the gold accents. I think I make them in moderation this time. Who's to know? Who is to be aware? Certainly not me. I do also stick with the piercings this time, like on the hat, because, they're a cool feature. Younger me was really proud of that, and me currently still also proud of that. And I love color so much, but I struggle with it so badly because, my core instincts is to make it, like, all pretty and vibrant and shiny, but I know I must rein it in if I want the, color harmony to work and, like, values to stick. But you know what? Maybe that's for future me to, improve upon. Maybe future me will get this whole value stuff worked out. But saying that now, I don't hate how the colors turned out. I think I like them. I just know, in a technical sense, they're probably a massive hurt on the eyes. I'm so sorry to people who are color sensitive. I like color, and I like burning my retinas out, so all my art must be burnt retinas. They must burn your retinas. Your eyes are not free. And although this magic circle isn't really a circle, it's like, I don't even know what shape to call it, but it's not a circle, and it's not as complicated as younger me might have been going for, but for this type of drawing, for my type of style, I think it fits really well. And I really like the fact that the magic circle is, like, dripping into the cauldron, like it's an ingredient, a part of the mixture of whatever she's brewing. Actually, you know what? The potion did survive. It's just inside the cauldron. It's not ready yet. It's not done cooking. Guys, let it cook. And oh my god, I'm rewatching this right now, like the speed paint. I left a random golden line, and I need to go fix it. Bye, guys. Okay, it's fixed. I don't know if you can tell, but I can. And even though her original outfit, it doesn't survive, I don't mind this one as much. Although I did kind of wish I went a little bit more detailed with her outfit. The cobweb mesh was a nice touch, but I don't feel like it was the right touch in the moment. But, again, that's for future me to work on. That's a future goal. Future me in a year will come here and be like, hey, F you for making me do all this work. Thank you? I don't know if future me will say thank you. I guess we'll find out in, a year. It's kind of funny that doing this challenge over such a long amount of time, it feels like a game of telephone. Because certain aspects of the drawing stick around, certain aspects don't. Things change and grow, and I think that's kind of beautiful. I don't know if me from 5 years ago would be looking at my art and going, wow, I like you. This is a nice one. But I hope I at least recognize that I've improved. I know I've already stated a bunch of goals for next year, but I'm gonna list a few more out here. I want to get better at backgrounds because right now the background is just her enlarged with a lower opacity and like a purple background. That same purple background from like I think it was 2022 or 2023. The one I did before I, started and didn't finish for like 2 years. I also want to work on a perspective a bit more. I know I was playing around with it in like the first couple of sketches, but I feel like I could do better. My perspective game has improved. I've just been too scared to cash in on that improvement, I guess. It's a weird feeling to know that you can do something, you just kind of don't want to do it. Because there's a weird mental block. Because you're afraid that even though you know you can do it, you just, what if you do it this time, it doesn't come out too good? That's what I'm struggling with right now when it comes to perspective. But it's stupid little brain worms, and I just need to let it flow out like water on the beach. I don't know. I'm not a licensed therapist. Fun fact, I wrote September wrong and had to fix it, so yeah. That tells you a lot about my IQ score. But either way, in more typical Jackie fashion, I added a bunch of stars and sparklies everywhere in the background. You guys don't know this, because I don't mention it often online, but I like sparklies a lot. And it's a staple. If you go through any of my past sketchbooks, you'll see I doodlies a lot in the empty spaces. Who needs to learn composition and leading the eye if you just fill all the empty spaces with like fake random language and sparkles? Who needs to learn composition? Anyways, I feel like I've dragged this video long enough, and I'm going to have the hell of editing it. But you know what? This is actually really fun, and I really am excited to do this next year, especially since I'm documenting this process now on YouTube. It'll be nice to rewatch, or it'll be hell to rewatch. I'll look back and be like, why were you so cringy? In an affectionate way. It will be in an affectionate way. In an affectionate blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so now this is the end of the video, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.